So one of the cards I didn't talk about, ironically, was the card I'm going to use now, which is the mission card. Just want to really go over this well. So their mission cards, the mission dossier cards, they have the dossier folder and dossier on the back graphic, and then on the flip side will be the mission. On the top you'll see the mission and its number. So here we have Operation Applejar, it's mission number 1, and I know the lighting is not, there's glares and such, it's hard to see on these cards. My apologies, even I can't read this in this lighting. Alright, so I have a green line here, a green text which says CAP, which is the crew action point card, which I showed you before. This is the back. These cards that have the ability to give our crew the abilities that are linked. And it'll have a number. So here it says 24. So 24 action points. So each action card has a point value. Can't go over 24. So you pick what you want. You don't have to pick all the number. You can have a leftover, and nothing happens with the leftover. And that's it. You pick what you want, and you're going to fly your mission with those crew cards. The mission is under that, and it's in gold text. It'll tell you 3 EA for this mission. It'll say 3 EA. Let me try to get to this. I'm going to put that on the screen instead. So 3 enemy aircraft, 4 flak, 4 incident cards, 3 clear skies, and 3 bonuses. Now, in order to have a good amount of chance in the game, I like to keep these cards. Kind of grouped up like this. Let me just quickly show you this. So I generally have the cards in piles. So I'll have all the enemy aircraft cards, I'll have the clear sky cards, I'll have the flak cards, I'll have the incident cards, and I'll have the bonus cards to kind of keep them separated. So in this mission it tells us 3 enemy aircraft and 4 flak. So these don't matter. The enemy aircraft cards don't matter. They're just graphical. They just let you know an enemy aircraft is coming in. So if you want to be surprised by the graphics, you can put his face down and just draw 3 cards. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. I'm going to put those there. And then 3 enemy aircraft, 4 flak. So again, the flak cards, it doesn't matter if you see them or not. So 4 flak. I got 4 flak. I'm going to put 4 flak on that mission deck. And then 3 clear skies. So I'm going to take 3 clear skies. These don't matter. I can see these. It doesn't really matter. Put the remaining clear skies over there. And then, how many incidents? 4? 4 incidents. Now with the incidents, I don't really want to know what incident I'm coming up. I shouldn't know that. You should be shuffling these. So I'm just gonna shuffle these a little bit. All right. Okay. And I'm gonna draw 4. It says 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna take those 4 cards, add them to the mission deck. I'm gonna put the other cards off to the side. And then I get bonus cards this round. This mission, again, I want to shuffle. I don't want to know what the bonuses are. Okay. And then 3 bonus. All right, now we've assembled our mission deck based on the mission card. Okay. Now this mission deck, we want to shuffle. There's probably easier ways to shuffle. You know, I don't think I've ever learned how to properly shuffle cards. So we want these cards to be shuffled. We really don't want to look at them. All right, so I've shuffled the cards, and on the right-hand lower corner of the game board, it'll say Mission Draw Deck. That's where we put our mission deck that we're going to draw from. Now, before we start, what I need to do is I need to place this enemy-controlled area into the deck. So I'm going to just kind of roughly cut that deck in half. And I'm going to place this in between that cut, or on the top of the pile I left. And I'm going to close that up. Do not reshuffle these cards. Right? Now, I've got the escort return to base. I'm going to once again just roughly, I'm guesstimating this the middle, and I'm going to place that card in the middle. All right, once we do that, once we do those two cards, we don't want to touch the deck shuffling. We don't want to shuffle it unless something instructs us to, but that's rare, so usually it's just like this. All right. After I get the mission deck set up, I'm going to throw my, where is it? I'm going to throw my takeoff card on top like that, just as a reminder. I'm going to take my weather cards, which I showed you before. I'm going to shuffle the weather cards, and I'm going to draw Cloudy. I'm going to put Cloudy up on the top here, which is hard to see. Let me see if I can get you an eyeball there. It's really hard to see there, this Cloudy card. It's got a glare on it. All right. And that's it. I'm going to put Allied Control card up at the top under the Allied Mission slot. I'm going to select Low Altitude Bombing on the bombing card. I've got two sides. I'm going to slide that up at the top. So if we can see that. So I've got my Allied Control area over the mission slot. Got the altitude slot, got low altitude bombing, I got my weather there. And that's it. That's how we're set up for a mission. That was easy. I think the most, I don't know what the word is, the most tedious thing about setting up for the mission is assembling the mission deck. And just something to note about the mission deck, I'll cover this during gameplay. But as I finish missions, what I'm going to do is, as I turn over the cards and resolve each turn with a card, I'm going to put it in this discard pile. You'll see at the end of a mission, at the end of this mission area on the mission card, on the dossier card, it'll say RTB 10. Also, it'll say 8. I didn't cover this. I'm sorry. It says 8. I'm sorry. The bomb load is 8 500-pound bombs. So that just translates to 8 dice. Okay. The number of bombs translates to the number of dice. So if it says 16 bombs, for example, or 2, you would take respectively 16 or 2 bombs. RTB is return to base, and that is 10. What that means is once I've bombed my target, I'm going to draw 10 cards, put them from the discard pile. I'm going to shuffle the discard pile, and I'm going to put 10 cards back on this mission deck, and that is my return leg to home. And that'll be explained in more detail later. So I'm doing mission 1. I kind of don't need this card to be sitting out, so I'll put it off to the side, and in place next to the game board, I will put the bomb site card of that mission. This is mission 1 Apple Jar, which is what we're doing. And I'll put this on the side like that. You can put it anywhere, but you want it where you're not going to knock into it and where you can reach it, because you will be putting cubes on this card as you play. Okay, and that's it. Simple. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.